Hey everybody, this is Dave with OC Astronomy. I am, like many of you guys, looking forward to the Great Conjunction. Up in the sky, it just looks like a single star. Probably can't see it from just looking out the dome window. But I thought I would show you what it looks like in the camera. It's actually probably going to be easier to look at it with your eyes in a telescope and witness it that way than looking at a picture. The reason is Saturn is not quite as bright as Jupiter. We're not talking smarts here, we're talking exposure times. And I thought I would just show you how it looks here. I'll flip the camera around and show you what the exposure looks like in the camera, and then you'll see the problem that's right away. Alright, so here's the handy dandy view of it in the camera view. And I'm going to turn down the exposure a little bit to make Jupiter look right. So there's with the exposure of 18 milliseconds. And you can see Jupiter looks pretty nice, even with at 15 milliseconds. But then up here where Saturn is, I don't know if you can see kind of the ghost right in that general area, but you can't see Saturn very well right there. It's below this red X. Let's see if I can get it right in the middle of the frame. That's pretty close to the middle. But it's there, but that's how you can see Jupiter and Saturn, but you can't see them both at the same time. And so that's with an exposure time of 15 milliseconds. If I jack up the exposure time to where you can see Saturn, let's see it coming in here. That's better. That's better. So there's Saturn. Looking nice now. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Focus my iPhone on it. There we go. So there's Saturn, and it's got a pretty nice view of it there. But that's at 100 milliseconds, and so poor old Jupiter is washed out, and you can't see Jupiter. So if you're trying to get a photo of this using a big fancy telescope like like we've got in the dome here, and the camera that's attached to it, what you're going to find is it's very difficult to get the exposure time where you can see both at the same time. I'll try and shoot for somewhere in the middle, and maybe you say, well, maybe you can play with the histogram. And so I'll look down here and mess with the histogram a little bit. And if I drag it to the right, then Jupiter looks nice, but Saturn goes away. If I drag it back to the left, when you can see Saturn coming in there, there's Saturn. If I do that with the histogram, now Jupiter's washed out. So it is really cool to try to get them both at the same time, but it's really difficult to get the exposure times right where you can see them both. So this is one day before the Great Conjunction, and it is really cool to see this stuff, but it may be better in this case to see it with your eyes through a telescope or with some binoculars. Tomorrow they're going to be even closer together, and so that'll be really cool. But if you're trying to get a photo, you might try to look through a telescope or binoculars and just try to take a photo with your iPhone, because it may actually do a better job of evening out the contrast. So there you go. I thought I would give it a little update. We're all looking forward to this and trying to record the memories, because you got to preserve the memories. Anyway, clear skies, everybody. I hope that you have a good time trying to find Jupiter and Saturn. It will be pretty fun to see them both together. Obviously, they're right here in one camera view together now. Let's see if I can just turn up the exposure a little bit so we can see them both again. Yeah, I know Jupiter's going to get washed out. So I think tomorrow I will try and get a picture through the telescope, but I'm also going to just try and get a picture at my backyard with a smaller telescope or some binoculars and see it that way. So anyway, good luck getting to see it. Clear skies, everybody. Merry Christmas. Hope you enjoy looking at the Christmas star, and good luck if you're trying to get a photo. Dave out.